Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an all-new review right here on ToyWorldOrder.com with me, Devall, and my buddy Dear Draper.
Yay!
And Captain America. Which is super weird because I'm sporting a Captain America hoodie, yet we're looking at DC Comics stuff.
Yeah, way to get the memo.
There's a memo?
No.
Who the hell writes the memo?
Yeah,
If it's not me...
The puppet writes the memo, that's why they're in crayon.
If it's not me and you're most of the day on the couch, who's writing memos?
I just said the puppet.
Oh, I missed the puppet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why they're in crayon.
Oh. I just thought they were that way to look pretty.
Well, there is a certain aesthetic appeal to them, but...
No.
So, anywho.
Good word. Today we're taking a look at the DC Comics Multiverse Wave 2. Now, we didn't take a look at Wave 1, mostly because Dave wasn't sure he was ever going to continue buying these figures.
I bought the Joker.
The Joker initially, that was it.
Yeah, the Arrow and Flash were really an impulse thing, like just a couple weeks ago.
I see what impulse. This is the Flash.
Yeah, because that was a character. Yeah, okay. That joke was totally intentional, and you cannot prove that it wasn't.
But today we're taking a look at Batman, Superman, and the Reverse Flash from the Flash TV series.
From the Flash TV show, yep.
Yes, Ebot Dawn.
Or Harrison Wells.
Or Harrison Wells. Whoever you wish it to be. Now, of course, these figures come from Mattel, and this is kind of their continuing of their, to a degree, they're continuing of their DC Universe Classics line.
Yeah. I mean, it's all compatible. Yeah. The characters generally don't repeat from classics. It really is a continuation. It's just called something else.
Yep.
And what's interesting is this kind of goes across 3 different brands, really, even though the packaging all matches, because there's also the Walmart exclusive Dark Knight Returns line, which has matching packaging, and then there's the Batman v Superman, which have compatible figures with matching packaging. Yep.
So it's just a way for them to kind of stretch their legs a little bit, so to speak, and release a number of different characters through different lines.
Yeah.
What's interesting about these, though, is the fact that DC's using the Multiverse line as a way to introduce a lot of the television characters, which are currently on the CW, and on, what is Supergirl on NBC?
CBS,
yes.
Yeah, she will be coming in a later wave, I believe.
Yes, she is coming up later this year, but it's a way for them to do that, as well as continue on releasing versions of these characters, like Dave said, that have never been released. The Joker was from...
a recent... I think it was I can't remember the name. It was the one where he had the final fight with Batman before they both got amnesia and rebooted.
And then of course the Batman
Death of the Family.
Yep. Of course the Batman is from the
year zero, I believe. Yeah, I believe that's one, because they've rebooted the universe again.
Batman 0 Year.
0 Year. Yeah, I think that's from the recent reboot when they went back and told what happened. Because technically the rebooted universe was only 5 years old. So they went back and said this is what Batman was doing 5 years ago. And they're rebooting again. Good news, apparently. Speaking of one of the previous reboots, we got a bunch of Superman at the end of Final Crisis, including Earth 23 Superman,
who's the President of the United States.
And not Obama at all.
So very interesting, eclectic it's set of characters.
I would say... eclectic is absolutely the word for this wave, because you got the TV guy, you got the recent continuity guy, and you got the crazy alternate universe guy.
Very true. The packaging for these things, like Dave said, is pretty across the board for these.
They're all kind of, they got the picture and the bio on the side. The backs are all basically identical, and the other side's
big window box.
Yeah.
And of course, the figure. Now, Dave has opened these because we will also be taking a look at.
Justice Buster.
Brum, 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 brum. Justice Buster. I'll be back.
We should just say, like, if you want to know what his story is, like, just go into the comments, and Robbie Rossari will absolutely.
Our good buddy Robert Rossari will.
The master of comic book knowledge.
Literally.
Like, I was shocked he knew, because I knew he was a DC guy, but I was shocked that he apparently knows as much about Marvel.
Justice Buster, I'll be back in a little while, yay!
So we'll try to give you an overview, and anything we get wrong, Rob will correct us in the comments.
Or someone else will correct us.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yes.
People can't correct us fast enough.
What? Yeah. We're never wrong.
I'm always wrong.
That's true. We did think a certain series of 6-inch figures was actually 12-inch because of the name.
Yeah.
Because Dave and I are dumb.
Yeah. Because we saw the 12 and we're like, oh, well, that must mean 12 inches.
We're old, people. We're old, okay?
Well, the best part is I kept insisting. I know we're doing a podcast thing instead of a review, but I kept insisting I don't have room for 12-inch figures, and then bought the Barbie Batman, which is 12 inches.
Awful.
I know, I'm bad.
Awful.
I'm an idiot.
What do you say we pull the rest of these characters out of their
plastic prisons?
Their plastic prisons, and we'll take an up close and personal look at these 3 characters and Justice Buster.
Yes, yes.
Let's take a look. All right, Earth 23, Superman, Batman 0 Year, and the TV's Reverse Flash.
Yay!
How here we'll do you two. Let's take a look at Batman. His Batman. No, I'm just kidding.
It's definitely a unique look for Batman.
It is a unique look for Batman for this. I mean, the fact that he's got purple gloves, which
I think that's supposed to hark. The original the original design of Batman had the purple gloves.
Yes.
So I can only assume that's a homage.
That's an homage to that. But your basic DC Mattel articulation that everyone's pretty familiar with and has been for years. Soft plastic cape, which unfortunately I hate the capes because they prevent him from doing a lot of things, although it is split up the middle, which is kind of interesting, which may make posing a little easier. But of course he's got articulation in the ankles and his knees, just regular.
And one thing that you brought up.
One thing I brought up was we're used to Mattel's.
Mattel has this unique hip arrangement that's kind of a flange joint,
which is this joint here, which you can see is kind of ugly, especially from the back.
But I mean, just standing there, it looks better than having a big ball in that socket.
I agree, and it makes this a little easier. Batman here does not have that articulation.
It's almost like a G.I. Joe.
He's got old school action figure hips there.
Yeah,
which is very interesting. It's
weird.
Yeah, it's not a ball joint. It's actually a peg. On both sides
it's a peg that has a ball on it, but there's not an individual ball in between the thigh and the hip.
Which is pretty darn interesting.
Yeah, it's unusual.
Yeah, it's very strange.
It's overall it's just a weird, funky figure. It's like a mishmash of the original Batman design and then a modern kind of Kevlar armored update. It's weird.
The fun thing about this is that the gun, which you would think usually Mattel would make that a molded piece, is actually removable.
Yeah.
And Batman here can actually hold on to that 0 Year grapple gun. Well, kind of. Well,
okay.
I mean, technically.
This one's on you.
Technically.
I didn't say he could hold it.
He should be able to hold it, but...
yeah, in theory.
Yeah, he's not doing so well. So, scratch that. Batman can't really hold his gun that well. I mean, you could probably get some of those clear plastic things that Hasbro packages everything with.
No, these guys came with them too.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, except they're like really big. But yeah,
you could twist tie that in there.
Yeah.
But Batman's a very unique design and a unique version of this character. Which I don't know if we really needed another Batman, but they could do.
I guess if you really are into the New 52, it would be an important piece.
Yeah,
it's the original. I assume it's the original it's Year 0 or 0 Year Batman. So
right,
it's his origins outfit.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely he's going in a bin.
Yeah.
He got bought for the Justice Buster parts. Let's be blunt.
Batman flew away, even though he doesn't have flying powers. Let's take a look at good old Earth 23 Superman. I am the President of the United States of America.
Yeah, honest to God, I do not know anything about his backstory, except that he showed up in Final Crisis.
Oh, God.
I wonder, I don't know, but I wonder if his whole character was based on when Obama got elected. There were a lot of artists who drew him pulling open his shirt as Superman.
Yeah.
So I'm
thinking that might be
might be it.
That could possibly be it, but his costume is very I don't know, man.
It's got a little golden age thing going on. It's got a kind of interesting design element. It's definitely funkier than a traditional Superman costume.
It is. I like the bands around his ankles and his
little
around his wrists. Yeah, and the belt's kind of cool because he does have a little mini Superman logo on his belt, which is kind of fun.
Yeah,
but there's no really detail there. It's, you can just tell that's the shape.
There's a black out along the back of his cape. There's like an outline to it, which is visually interesting.
Yeah, but the cape here. It's just, if you can see, it's kind of...
It's pegged in. Yeah. I don't know if it's glued or not.
But it doesn't really create, like... I don't know, like it doesn't really look like it's attached to a whole lot because you can bend this back here, and I don't know how the
yeah, but the thing is, I know nothing about this character. Maybe he's drawn so that it looks like his cape is floating behind him.
That could be.
I don't know.
That could be.
I do not know.
I would like you to know that being the president is a hard thing. That was my Obama impression.
Let me be clear. I had to drop a meteor on Congress because I wouldn't do what I want. This was my executive order. You got crushed.
You got crushed.
You got crushed.
Very interesting. I mean, again, if you're just wanting to buy Justice Buster, then this figure kind of.
Yeah, but I like weird. I like the design, and I like the weird alternate universe. Not weird necessarily, but the unusual alternate universe versions of the characters.
Right.
I have a lot. For some reason, I find variant Superman more interesting than variant Batman. I don't know why, but I have a bunch of them. So him I would have bought regardless. But yeah, I like him. I think he's kind of cool.
America, the great. Oh God! I'm sorry.
Way to go, Lex Luthor.
Apparently, I killed Superman. He flew off the edge of the table. And then we have the awesome Reverse Flash from the Flash TV series on the
season
CW.
1, yeah.
From season 1. Good old Ebon Thawne. Ebon Thawne was, of course, the main villain of the Flash TV series.
And one of, in the comics, Flash's greatest enemies.
Yes.
To be fair.
Yes. One of the greatest enemies.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's actually technically responsible for Earth 52. Or for New 52 Earth.
Yes.
From the whole Flashpoint storyline.
Yes. This figures expertly. I think this one has, even though we've got, the Superman was very minimally detailed, and Batman's got a lot of detail here, but you can kind of tell.
Well, because he's based on Superman and Batman are based on comic book designs.
There's a little difference in height here between the TV Flash figure.
And again, I think that's because the comic book characters are a little more exaggerated.
Right.
Their thing. But yeah, this is based on a real human in a real suit.
Yes.
So there's a lot more attention to detail, which is good.
You have they sculpted little the bits and pieces, like you can see the detail of the suit that they wear.
It's hard to register on camera probably, but you can see little lightning bolts all on his chest.
Yeah, he's got little lightning bolts coming up his
chest.
Not
the logo, but I mean like around.
Yeah, like around. You can kind of see him there.
Yeah.
Bouncing off the light there.
He's a little hard to. He washes out a little in the light.
Yeah.
I noticed.
He's got the glowing red eyes, which were used to great effect in the show.
Yes.
And then he's got the normal articulation, except he doesn't have, unlike the other ones, no rocker joint in the chest, so he doesn't.
No.
He just swivels at the waist, which is kind of sad because they probably could have built a little bit of a rocker joint in there to kind of help articulation out some.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does have those classic Mattel weird hinged hips, which.
You do. I mean, I probably should have bought the Flash.
Great if you want to do splits.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
And seeing how much of that was, I'm sure a lot of those parts are reused from Flash.
Oh yeah.
The costume's basically the same.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty the same.
I mean, the chest is obviously different, but
the belt on him is different though.
Well, yeah.
He had a different belt, of course, but this pretty much the rest of it is essentially the Flash costume, and of course just reverse colors because
and then. I don't think they quite totally pulled it off, but you can definitely see Tom Cavanaugh a little bit in the facial sculpt.
Yes, you can. You can kind of make him out there, which is
nice.
Yeah. Tom Cavanaugh, one of my favorite actors on TV right now.
Yeah, me too.
He's played a great character in 2 different seasons now of Harrison Wells.
Yes.
So it's pretty darn cool. But let's take a look at the Build-A-Figure here.
Oh no.
Huh. Well. Wow.
We'll be right back.
And we're back with Justice Buster.
Yeah.
Because him's big. I mean, look at little Reverse Flash here.
Well, he was designed to.
Hello, how are you?
He was designed to take out the Justice League. So.
Was he actually designed to take out the Justice League?
It's one of those Batman things where he got to be a jerk and plot against everybody. Yeah, he was specifically designed to take out every member of the Justice League.
Really?
And I guess there was a storyline where they were possessed by somebody. Eclipso, Starro,
someone.
Again, I'm sure Robert Uzari has.
Oh yeah.
But the whole Justice League was turned evil.
Oh.
So like he's got like some kind of magic thing that took out Wonder Woman. It's like a reverse of the lasso. He's got like supercomputer microprocessors that move almost as fast as the Flash. And then there's like little red sun light generators in his fists to like sap Superman of his power when he punches him.
Wow, interesting.
And then other things. There was something about Green Lantern, but who cares?
Yeah, well.
But yeah, no. So he was designed by Batman to take out the Justice League because Batman's a jerk.
Well, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, that's how they write him.
Well, it's how they've written him for years now.
Yeah, I know.
Justice Buster is a pretty impressive figure, though. Of course, you have to buy all 6 Wave 1, 3 figures of Wave 1 and 3 figures of Wave 2 to build Justice Buster. But overall, it's a pretty large, hunking piece of plastic. Unfortunately, with Mattel, there's not a lot of detail paint apps to it.
Yeah.
Which is sad, because he could look much better than he does. Although, it's not a horrible-looking figure to begin with, but he is
nice.
very dull.
A wash would definitely make him pop.
Yeah, a
Get all
wash.
those little nooks and crannies and details.
Yeah, that would have made him pop a little bit more. But the articulation here is not bad.
It's actually pretty good.
Shoulder, elbows here. Just got, his... he can swivel at the elbows too, so you can get his hand kind of to punch.
One issue when you're playing with his arms is that this rubber piece that's like a chest piece does not plug in very good to the actual torso.
Right.
So when I'm playing with the arms, a lot of times I will pop that off.
Yeah, because it's supposed to plug in, and
there's a plug that's supposed to pop in.
And the head here is just
ball joint articulation.
Ball joint articulation there. He does have a rocker joint, a ratchet rocket joint rather, a rather hard one. Then he's got his hips here.
And they plug in at kind of a weird angle.
Yeah, they're kind of...
They plug in at a weird angle, and then he doesn't have, like, normal feet.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's got these weird...
Yeah, these weird, almost like elephant feet.
Yeah, they're kind of odd, but... I mean, overall, it's not really a bad Build-A-Figure. I mean, are you kind of glad at the end of the day that you...
Oh, yeah. I'm not upset that I bought all the figures to put them together.
Which, again, was Dave's kind of like, I don't want to build the Justice Buster, and then he was like, I kind of want to build the Justice Buster.
Well, I always end up with like 1 or 2 parts sitting around, and I'm like, well...
Yeah, and that's how it begins, ladies and gentlemen. The descent into madness begins there.
I've always said there are 2 different waves of Build-A-Figures. There's the one where I want the Build-A-Figure, and I don't want the figures.
And the one where you want the figures.
I want the figures, and I don't want the Build-A-Figure.
Yeah.
This guy was kind of just on the cusp of that second one. I wanted enough figures that it's like, I might as well just get them.
Some of his details, though, on here are like soft rubber, like the
shin guards.
The shin guards are really soft rubber, kind of the same soft rubber as this is, just because it's got these sharp points, and that way you don't, poke anyone. Top of his head is really soft.
With those pointy bat.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like he looks like an owl, like a really demented owl.
Yeah, then that's interesting actually for fans of the lore. Originally, I thought it was like a Black Manta thing because his head looks like Black Manta.
Yes, it does actually.
If it wasn't for the big bat logo on the chest, I would have thought it was like a Legion of Doom thing.
And the bat here too is it's part of that chest.
It's part of the chest piece.
Yeah.
And there's some details in the back. There's like little jet.
Got little rocket engines here, which are kind of cool.
Nozzles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, again, as Dave said, all these nooks and crannies that could have used a nice light black wash to kind of really bring out the details a little better on this figure. I mean, like the top of his head, you can tell has been dented and pockmarked from fighting, and the fists here, there's some pockmarks and stuff from punching. There's lots of scrapes and scratches alongside. It's obvious that it's been in a big battle, in a big fight, and a wash, a little detail would have really helped bring that out.
Yeah.
So, pretty cool though. I think overall this wave was a nice wave, and to be able to finish off.
It was an interesting wave.
Yeah,
yeah,
I agree. Well, there you go, guys. There's a look at season 2.
Season 2. Now on DVD.
I need another drink, apparently.
Yeah.
There's a look at the Wave 2 of the, what do they call it?
DC Multiverse.
Multiverse. I wanted to call it Infinite Series, but that's the awful
that's like
3 3/4 inch.
Yeah,
it's an awful series that they made.
Yeah, they retail about $19.97.
Yeah. You can find them pretty much in major Walmart.
I found it. I kind of stumbled across them at Walmart. The first wave has been pretty much everywhere. So.
Yeah. It's been pretty readily available. But if you guys want, go out and find them. Finish the Justice Buster because he's pretty darn neat. And of course, you can always grab some. Superman and the Batman's kind of but the Flash, the Reverse Flash here is pretty darn cool. I like him.
I'd say of the 6, 4 of them I really wanted.
Yep.
One of them I'm okay with, which is Arrow, and then there's So on the whole, I'm happy with this wave.
Sorry.
It makes more like a weird kind of grasshopper noise.
Oh yeah, it does. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I hurt my teeth.
Woohoo.
Well, gang, make sure you go to subscribe to us. Check out youtube.com/ToyWorldOrder. Hit subscribe. Mash the like button. Check out everything we have there to offer, reviews, so much more. Check us out on the podcast, David Devall's Toys and Collectibles, on ToyWorldOrder.com and on iTunes and Stitcher. And then, of course, tune in real soon because we'll be back with an all-new review coming up real soon. So make sure you check that out, gang. And until next time, David.
Keep playing with your toys. Impeachment!
Ah!
Oh, wow. He really was suing that.
He was suing. Shit.
He didn't info. Okay.
Victory! Justice Buster wins again because Batman's a jerk.
Aww.
See you guys next time.